So for page 3, I went in and designed my page. I got my images online, and then I created a file in my Lab 6 folder that holds all of my pictures, and then was able to add them in as an image button, and then go in and you can see the properties of the button. I changed the property of the button, tagged the URL, and then changed the name of it just so I knew which ones it was, because it was stacking up in my VB page. So then I came over here and I've started working on, like I added the Google button here for my click, Google button here, and then my response redirect so that it'll go to Google when you click on it. So we can run that real quick. Oh, stop. And you can see for the first one, we've got it working. So I'm just going to basically copy and paste the rest of these and for each individual image, and then allow it to change to Amazon.com and whatever here. So that's page 3. Okay, so for page 4, I went in and I created 2 different text boxes for value A and value B, and then I have results, and then I did a label for results. I deleted the label text so that it wouldn't show anything when I pulled it up. Then I did 4 buttons, and I went in and named the buttons. As you can see, I named it divide and whatever, and then changed the text in the properties to plus, minus, multiply, and divide. And then in my code, behind the code, I have, I set my integers, A, B, and C, just because that's what we were running, the value A, B, and then, C for your results. I formulated the click buttons for addition. Let's see. Here's where I set my variables. My subtraction button and the formula you can see there. And then you got your label text where it'll come out and show you that's the result of C. Let's see. Here's the multiplication one. A times B, and then again, you're using all the same variables. It's just changing the multiplication, divide, and subtract and stuff. And then there's the divide. So if we run this, you can see we'll just do 2 and 3, and then plus is 5, minus -1, multiply, and then divide. So that's page 4. So I went in and designed my last page. Oh my god, this lab is taking me forever. I did my drop-down list. So I added it from over here, and then I went in and went into properties. And then I changed the name to HD list. And then under items, I went into here and added each one. So you can see the price in there and then the item. And then for the CPU, went down to properties, put my item in, and then again went in and added my information so that I could collect those values at the end. And then I have my submit button. This is the final selection right here. So this label doesn't show anything. As you can see with the brackets, it's not going to show anything until I give the final results, which will be hopefully your Seagate and your AMD. So it's going to be an accumulation of the hard drive and the CPU. And then I've got my price total, which because the prices are hidden back here, I've calculated the totals down here at the bottom. So I did the rest of my pages and then came back to this one because I was having a hard time with it. I didn't know about the date, time, now, hour. I did the date, time, now, and I just could not figure this paper out. And then I found the date, time, now, hour. That was helpful. So I've coded it here under page load. And then on the page, there's nothing because it's a blank page. So essentially, I just had to go in under the page load and put it under here so that it would pop up automatically, and it wasn't like a button action. It was basically that once the page loads, this is what comes up. So I set my integers and then set my date, time, now, and everything. And then I went down and I actually looked on the internet to get the hours here. I don't know. I was having a hard time. Like, is it, greater than or equal to 12? And then the whole breakdown, I was kind of, I don't know, spacing out on. But, so I totally got that, like the hours off. I hope that's okay. But I mean, I did an if statement, and an else if, and then that presents if it's not this time frame, the response variety is going to show good morning. Or if it is that time frame, I'm sorry, then it's going to show good morning. If it's not, then it's going to show good afternoon. And then if it's not within that frame either, it's going to roll down the pages so that you can see, that it says, good night. So, once I figured it out, I was kind of frustrated because it really shouldn't have taken as long as it took. Yeah, so my lab is kind of out of order on this one, but I wanted to kind of, I guess, show you that I was struggling with that first one and that date, time, now, hour thing. So anyway, that's the end of Lab 6. Oh, and this is Jennifer Burton. I don't know if I said that at the beginning of my thing, but yeah, so Jennifer Burton, Lab 6, we're almost done. Thanks.